The dream of financial independence is something almost everyone chases, but very few people actually achieve it because they look for secrets where none exist. The truth about building real, sustainable wealth is incredibly boring, completely predictable, and relies entirely on a four-step framework that anyone can master. This framework is simply to earn, save, invest, and repeat, and when you execute these steps consistently, financial freedom becomes a matter of math rather than luck. Most people spend their entire lives trapped in a cycle of working for a paycheck, spending everything they make and hoping that things will magically get better in the future. If you want to break out of that trap, you have to understand that money is a game with strict rules, and the first rule begins with your ability to generate income. To kickstart this wealth loop, you must focus entirely on the first pillar, which is maximizing your ability to earn. Your primary income is the engine of your financial vehicle, and if your engine is too small, you will struggle to move forward no matter how carefully you manage your expenses. Many financial gurus tell you to focus entirely on cutting out your daily coffee or skipping minor luxuries, but you can only cut your expenses down to zero, whereas your earning potential is theoretically unlimited. In the modern economy, relying on a single source of income is one of the most dangerous financial risks you can take because a single layoff can instantly destroy your entire financial foundation. You need to actively work on increasing your value to the marketplace by learning high-income skills like digital marketing, coding, sales, or data analysis that companies are desperate to pay for. Additionally, you should explore scalable side hustles, freelance opportunities, or digital products that can generate revenue even while you're focused on your primary job. The goal of the earning phase is not to give you more money to spend on a lavish lifestyle, but rather to give you the raw material required to fuel the rest of the wealth-building machine. Once you have successfully increased your income, you immediately enter the second phase of the framework, which is mastering the art of saving. Saving money is not about deprivation or living a miserable life, but rather about creating a gap between what you bring in and what goes out of your household. If you earn $10,000 a month but spend $10,000 a month, you're just as broke as the person who earns $2,000 and spends $2,000. The dangerous phenomenon known as lifestyle inflation happens when your expenses automatically rise to match your new income, meaning that a raise at work just results in a nicer car payment rather than a larger net worth. To prevent this, you must treat saving as a non-negotiable expense by automating your savings the exact day your paycheck hits your account so that you never even see the money. You should start by building a rock-solid emergency fund containing 3 to 6 months of living expenses, which acts as a financial shield against unexpected job losses, medical emergencies, or car repairs. Having this cash buffer ensures that when life throws a curveball at you, you do not have to rely on high-interest credit cards or predatory loans that will set your financial progress back by years. With your savings buffer secured, you can now transition your excess capital into the most exciting phase of the wealth loop, which is the investing phase. Saving money keeps you safe, but investing money is what actually makes you rich because it allows your capital to grow faster than the rate of inflation. When you leave your cash sitting in a traditional bank account, the purchasing power of that money is silently eroded every single year by rising prices, meaning that your safety is actually costing you wealth. Wealthy individuals understand that every dollar is a financial soldier, and their job is to deploy those soldiers into the market to capture more dollars. You do not need to be a Wall Street genius or day trader to be a successful investor. In fact, the most effective strategies are usually the simplest ones. By consistently purchasing broad market index funds or exchange-traded funds, you're buying a small piece of the world's most profitable companies, allowing your wealth to grow alongside the global economy. The true magic of investing comes from compound interest, which is the process where your earnings begin to earn their own earnings, creating a snowball effect that turns small amounts of money into fortunes over time. The final and most critical piece of the entire framework is the concept of repetition, which transforms a temporary financial habit into a permanent wealth-building machine. Anyone can work hard for a month, save a few $100s, buy a stock, and feel like they are on the path to riches, but real wealth belongs to those who repeat this cycle for years. Financial freedom is not a destination that you reach through a single lucky event. but rather the cumulative result of hundreds of small, seemingly insignificant daily decisions. You must learn to fall in love with the process of earning more, retaining a high percentage of that income, investing it wisely, and then doing it all over again next month. Over time, the income generated by your investments will begin to rival the income from your day job, and that is the exact moment true financial freedom is achieved. When your money works harder for you than you work for your money, you're no longer forced to trade your time for a paycheck, and you gain total control over your life. Commit to this simple 4-step loop today. Stay patient through the slow early phases and watch as the math of compounding inevitably changes your financial destiny forever.